Well, I hope we finish above where we finished last season. That's you know, we've got to improve certainly on that. But if you target a top 6 finish and see where you are come January, February time to push on into those European spots, I think that's realistic for me. Cup competitions as well will be very important. You know, the 2 competitions that you can go and have real good runs in will be treated with the respect, and we'll play strong teams definitely. Yeah, there's conversations with several people, several clubs. We weren't able to do any business before we came out here to Holland, but no, that's certainly an area we need to go and strengthen. Yeah. Well, do you know what? For an older guy, you know, someone who keeps himself well groomed, you've got to look at Keith Lasley. Yeah. He pulls off the grey look as well. Bearded, non-bearded. He's probably got the lot, to be honest. Well, I think if you're going to sign a Maverick, somebody who probably could do something from nothing, could maybe be a bit temperamental, but you've got to go and take that into consideration. Then Nadia Chifchi is someone who can go and turn a game. It's yeah, there's no wonder he's being courted by the clubs that he is at this moment in time. So other than Celtic players, if you like, then he's one that's took the eye. Yeah. Whenever you win games of football, whenever you win trophies, you know, winning a league title has been special. Winning cup competitions at the National Stadium has been special as well. You know, the achievement of last season though, in staying up, and the manner that the lads did it over the 2 legs, that's right up there as well. Champions League, okay, so we're probably thinking in a few years' time, yeah, 2 or 3 years' time. You can't go far wrong with Barca. Got a place like the Allianz Stadium, Bayern Munich, and one way you wouldn't have to travel so far, so maybe the Emirates, Arsenal, and I would settle for coming second in that group. I think you have to take into consideration what, for me, what do the players do day in, day out? You know, what are you working towards? For me, it's all about football fitness. Yes, you have to have a base, and there is a certain amount of running that you would do, possibly without the ball. But the majority of the pre-season is done for me with the football, putting them in situations that they're going to find themselves in during games. And the quicker you can utilise the balls and the quicker you can get them into that mode, for me, is far better than just pure running, slogging sessions. Yeah, there is a place for that. There's a mental side of that as well, of digging in and getting your teammate through it as well. But for me, I do a lot of the ball, a lot of the stuff with the ball, and it's tough, it's hard work, but it's realistic to what they're going to go and do. And I think that has changed over time. I know I'm not the only one who thinks that way, but that's my philosophy. It does, and it is doing. It has done. You know, we've set up a recruitment department that covers as much of England as we can, as much as Scotland as we can, Ireland and Wales, and certain areas of Europe as well, if possible. You know, that doesn't mean that we've got scouts all over Europe, but you know, there are agents and there's contacts that we have amongst ourselves, and you know, that you can get players in and look at them as well. So we've spread the net a little bit wider than the club's been used to, and hopefully we can reap the dividends from that. Well, we're probably maybe at least three players shy of a full complement at the moment. And we'll again we'll reassess when that happens. You know, there's 2 or 3 certain areas that I definitely want to go and strengthen, and you know, then you may be that you start the season, you're still looking for the extra 1, 2 at the most, but you know, we've done some good bits of business, and we're really pleased with the way they're coming on. You know, the likes of Louis Lang knew the place before, but Wes Fletcher, Louis Moult, you know, David Clarkson knew the place before. Joe Chalmers has fit in really well. He knows a lot of the boys anyway. So the characters that we've brought in, I have no doubts will go and flourish here and be part of a strong squad with a real strong bond between them. And that's the whole reason why we're going with for me a 19, 20, 21 man squad, because the likes of Luke Watt, yep, Don Thomas is now a pro, but he's still a young player. Ross McLean was out here with us in Holland. Chris Cadden. These players will undoubtedly get their chance to play, and that's for us. We've got to give them a platform to go and showcase their talents. And as I've said before, you never realise whether they're good enough or not until you give them that chance. And say the characters that they are, I think they're desperate for the chance. So go with a smaller squad, knowing that you're probably going to have to bring in certain young players to be able to be a decent enough squad for the season. Surprise me? No, I wouldn't say totally taking me aback, but I do like the attitude of young players. You look at the under-21 system down in England, I don't think it's as competitive enough, whereas the under-20s, the games that I've seen have certainly all been competitive. Young players who are probably nearer to going into their first team than their counterparts down in England at that same age. And would they be given a chance down in England? So I like that aspect of it, and I think it's good for the Scottish game going forward. My favourite dinosaur? Oh, Stegosaurus. Is it not everyone's, no? You're judged by your league table position. For me, it shows that you've been consistent throughout of a season and not just won a one-off game. But I think the Cup has a real special feeling to it, and especially at a club at the moment that hasn't had a great deal to shout about in Cup competitions of late. So, you know, a good Cup run this year would go down nicely. But for me, it's all about the league for me. I'd like to do well in the league, but Motherwell have been used to having good runs in the league, and maybe it's our time for a Cup run. Barbecue, for sure. Yeah, mixed meat with a barbecue sauce on it. Yeah. The best player I played against was Dennis Bergkamp. Definitely. We came up against them in the FA Cup at home at Loftus Road for QPR. We were obviously all looking forward to the game, and it was going to be one of the best days of my career for me at that time, because I supported Arsenal as a youngster, and it got absolutely ruined because Bergkamp tore us to shreds, along with 1 or 2 other special friends of his, Patrick Vieira, Will Todd. It was a humbling experience, yeah. Energetic, mobile, like players who are mobile, can get about the park. Expressive, I like them to go and express themselves in the right areas. Organised. If players are organised, they know their roles, they know what they're doing, know what's expected of them, they know each other's roles as well, because there has to be a certain amount of fluidity between the players and their positions. I like playing the game at pace, but you know, if they can master the football and you can keep the football, ownership of the ball is important. Nobody wants to be chasing around after it because you give it away needlessly. And you know, I know that's a lot of words and a lot to describe it, but that's the type of style.